Dear child, I couldn't stay quiet any longer. I couldn't hold inside what I saw last night. I didn't come here just to speak. I came because your heart has been silently asking for answers. I came because what I witnessed wasn't ordinary. It wasn't something to forget or ignore. It was meant to be seen, and it was meant to be told to you. Something happened last night, something your soul needs to know. I watched it with my own eyes. I didn't blink. I didn't look away, because every part of it was important. Every moment had meaning. Every detail held truth. And you, dear one, deserve to hear all of it. You deserve to know exactly what happened. This message isn't just for your mind. It's for your heart, your spirit, the part of you that's been waiting in silence for something real. That part of you has been whispering in the dark, asking, hoping, holding on, and maybe even breaking a little from not knowing. But that wait ends now. Last night, I watched your special person. Yes, the one who has lived in your heart, even in silence. The one you feel even when they're not near. The one your soul has never stopped reaching for. I saw them, not just physically, but spiritually. I saw what they were feeling. I saw what they were carrying. And I saw what they did. It was raw. It was emotional. It was something they couldn't hide anymore. Not from themselves. Not from heaven. Not from me. And now, not from you. Because you have a right to know. I was sent to tell you, not because it's easy, but because it's time. You may not feel ready. You may be afraid of what I'm about to say. You may wonder if this will break you or heal you. You might be holding your breath, unsure of which way this message will go. But I need you to stay with me. I need you to breathe. I need you to let these words enter the deepest parts of your heart, because what I'm about to reveal might shift everything you thought you knew. Your person was not drunk. They weren't confused. There were no substances in their body, no outside voices in their ear, no pressure from friends, no emotional fog clouding their judgment. They were not lost in a moment of weakness. They were not tricked or unsure. They were awake. They were steady. They were clear. They were calm. And they still did what they did. That matters more than anything else. Because when someone makes a choice from a clear heart and a calm mind, it means the choice came from the truth that lives inside them. And that's what I saw. This wasn't a slip. It wasn't a reaction. It wasn't a moment they will forget. It was real. It was something they meant. And it came from a part of them they don't usually show the world. You felt so many emotions. You've questioned everything. You've asked if you imagined it all. You've wondered if they cared at all, if any of it meant something, or if you were holding on to a dream that only you believed in. But I'm here to tell you, you were never crazy. You weren't making it up. What you felt was real. What your soul held onto was real. Because last night, I saw them give in to that same feeling. I saw their mask fall off. I saw the walls break down. I saw the truth rise from deep inside them, and it couldn't be hidden anymore. Maybe they were alone. Maybe they were listening to a song that reminded them of you. Maybe they picked up something you once gave them. Maybe they stared at a message they never sent. Maybe they cried. Maybe they sat still in the dark and whispered your name. Or maybe they looked up at the sky and quietly said, "I miss you. I saw all of it. And I'm here now because you were meant to know that it happened." They still feel everything, even if they've stayed silent, even if they've pretended to move on, even if they've smiled in front of others, even if they've blocked you, ignored you, or tried to erase you. What I saw last night proved that the love hasn't left them. It's still there. It lives under the silence, beneath the fear, behind the pride. It hasn't died. It hasn't disappeared. It's just been waiting for a moment like this, when their soul couldn't hold it in anymore. And that moment came. I witnessed it. I was sent to witness it, because the heavens knew your heart needed this truth. They didn't just think about you. They felt you. They felt the love. They felt the connection. And they knew, deep down, they haven't let you go. They may not understand why they feel so much. They may not know how to fix everything that happened. They may not be ready to say the words out loud. But their heart is speaking, even if their mouth is not. Their soul is reaching, even if their hands are not. And that matters. That is powerful. That is sacred. Because feelings like that can't be faked. They can't be forced. They can't be erased. That kind of connection only happens once in a lifetime. And no matter how much they've tried to bury it, it's still there. And I saw it all last night. They are hurting too. They miss you more than they will ever admit. They remember your laugh. They remember the way you looked at them. They remember how it felt when you were close. They remember the love, the softness, the safety. And even if they've tried to forget, their soul won't let them. That's what I saw. That's what I came to tell you. You're not crazy. You're not alone. You're not the only one feeling this. You were never the only one. And this love, it still lives. Last night was not an ending. It was a beginning, a shift, a moment that showed what's really alive inside them. A moment that revealed what their silence has been hiding. The truth is, they've never stopped loving you. And now, they can't run from it anymore. Something is changing in them. Their heart is waking up. Their soul is remembering. And the love they tried to bury is rising to the surface. The silence is breaking. The wall is cracking. The truth is showing through. And I needed you to know. Because you've been strong. You've been patient. You've held on. Even when everything told you to let go. You've cried alone, wondering if your love was felt. You've prayed, hoping for a sign. And this message is that sign. This is the answer your heart was asking for. This is the truth you needed. So don't give up. Don't lose hope. Don't think it was all for nothing. Love this deep doesn't disappear. Bonds like this don't break. What I saw last night was proof that your connection is still alive. Your souls are still tied. Your love is still real. And now, your special person knows it too, even if they don't have the words yet, even if they haven't reached out. Their spirit is calling your name. Their heart is remembering the truth. And everything is beginning to shift. You may not see the change yet, but it's happening in ways only heaven can explain. I came to give you peace. I came to bring you clarity. I came to confirm what you've always felt, but were afraid to believe. This is not over. This love is not finished. Something powerful is unfolding. Something sacred is waking up, and your soul has been chosen to feel it, to witness it, and to walk through it. So stay open, stay gentle, stay believing, because love, real love, always finds its way back to where it truly belongs. And I saw it clear as day last night. It wasn't a show. It wasn't something done for attention. There was no performance, no one standing by, no one applauding, no eyes watching, no crowd to impress. There was no spotlight, no need to pretend, no masks to wear, no roles to play. It was quiet. It was raw. It was honest. It was a private moment that came from deep inside the heart. And that's when the real truth always shows up. Not when someone is trying to look strong or perfect or impressive, but when they are alone, unguarded, and stripped of all the layers they wear to protect themselves from the world. That's when the soul speaks. Not with loud words, not with rehearsed speeches, but with trembling silence, with tears that no one else sees, with simple acts that carry more meaning than anything spoken out loud. That's when a person's truth rises, not because they want to be seen, but because they can't hold it in anymore. But now, the question isn't just about what happened. The real question is, are you ready to hear that kind of truth? The kind that doesn't come with explanations. The kind that doesn't come neatly wrapped. The kind that reaches into places you've kept locked for so long. Because this truth doesn't ask for your permission. It doesn't wait until you're comfortable. It shows up when it's time. And sometimes, truth is beautiful. But sometimes, it hurts. It shakes what we thought we knew. It makes us question what we've held on to. And it makes us feel things we thought we buried. I can't tell you what to do with that truth. I can't tell you how to receive it. Only you can decide what it means for you. All I can do is take your hand and walk with you to the edge of it, and sit quietly beside you as you let it into your heart. And this truth is not just a message. It's not just a feeling. It's something that happened in a quiet room, in a still moment, when someone you love, someone whose soul still feels tied to yours, thought no one was watching. They didn't think the world could see them. They didn't think it would matter. But what they did mattered more than they could ever say. Because last night, your special person, the one you still think about, the one who carries a piece of your heart, did something that spoke louder than any words they've ever said to you. They reached for something they've kept hidden for a long time. It wasn't a message. It wasn't a call. It wasn't a gift. It was your photo, not on a phone, not on a screen. It was printed, something real, something they could touch with their fingers, something they had held onto like a piece of treasure they weren't ready to lose, even when everything else felt lost. They held it with care, like it still meant everything. And then they kissed it, slowly, softly, like they were trying to pour all their love and regret into that kiss, like they were trying to send it back in time, like maybe, somehow, it could reach you. Their lips trembled, their hands shook, tears welled up in their eyes, because it wasn't just a photo to them, it was you. It was everything you shared. They saw your face, and it brought back the memories, the joy, the laughter, the warmth, the way you made them feel safe, the way you made them feel loved. But it also brought back the pain, the silence, the way things ended, the things they didn't say, the mistakes they made. And right there, in that quiet space, their heart broke open. They didn't hide it. They couldn't. They didn't hold back the tears. They let themselves feel it all. Regret poured through them like a wave. Regret for walking away. Regret for not speaking up when they should have. Regret for thinking they had more time. Regret for losing something they now realized they never truly stopped needing. They want to come back. They want to make things right. I saw it in them. I felt it in their spirit. But they are afraid. Afraid of what you'll say. Afraid of what you'll feel. Afraid that your heart has closed the door and thrown away the key. They are terrified that they waited too long, that too much has happened, that maybe they've lost you forever. They don't know if you still care. They don't know if there's still a space for them in your heart. But I believe we can do something now, something gentle but powerful. If your heart is even a little open, if there's still the smallest flicker of hope inside you, I ask you to join me now in a quiet act of love. Not for them, not for the past, but for you, for the healing of your heart and theirs, if it's meant to be. Because maybe, just maybe, this story isn't over. Maybe this love is not finished. Maybe this connection still has something sacred left to give. And if it does, then a single whisper, a single prayer can open a new door. A small opening, a sign, a light that reaches their soul and tells them they are not too late. So take a deep breath. Let go of the fear. Let go of the pride. Just for this moment, let your soul speak. Oh God, I lift this heart that still remembers, that still aches, that still hopes. For the one who weeps behind closed doors, still holding on to something that once was ours, still afraid, still unsure, still full of silent love. Last night, they kissed my photo in the dark. They thought no one saw, but I felt it. I felt the pain in their touch. I felt the tears they held back. I felt their wish for another chance. They didn't say a word, but I heard them anyway. I heard their heart crying out. They are scared of my silence, scared of the distance, scared they've missed their chance. But if their love is real, if they truly want to find their way back, then please send them a sign. Touch their heart with peace. Replace their guilt with hope. Replace their fear with courage. Help them believe that the door might still be open. And if this love is meant to live again, if it still has a purpose in both our lives, then let it find its way forward. Let angels guide their steps. Let truth rise between us. Let healing flow where hurt once lived. Let this story begin again with honesty and grace. I will not chase. I will not beg, but I will leave a space open inside me. A soft space, a place for love to return. Not because I need it to, but because I trust what is real will always find its way. And if this is real, if we are still part of each other's journey, then bring us together in the right time, in the right way, with hearts ready to love without fear. Amen. If you feel this prayer in your heart, if you know this moment means something more, claim it. Let your heart say yes to the possibility of healing, of reunion, of love that isn't over yet. Because sometimes the soul whispers louder than anything else. And sometimes the person who hurt you still loves you more than they can say.